A 5-time Elite Series bridesmaid.
Oh, stay hooked up.
Came close to a win here in the past. From Mississippi, get loud for Mosley.
Like he said, I finished second. It's done got to where, you know, I'm not just, you know, I kind of leave disappointed with the top 10s. And the last one, you know, I had a dream day on the last day, and I just come up a little short. I lost to a great guy, and if I win, you know, it'd be awesome. But, you know, when my time's coming someday, maybe, and when the good Lord wants me to win one, I'll win one.
All right, Sabine River. This place has been good to me in the past. We're just gonna put our head down and fish today and kind of, you know, we gotta get to that 8.5 pound mark for sure. And if we run into a big one, then it's all gravy. But you gotta catch a little bit better quality fish, and that's the whole key on this place. A little bit better quality fish, you know. If you catch 5.5 pound fish, or 1.5 pound, 1.3 3/4 fish, you'll be okay. It sounds easy. You can have 30, 40 fish days here. The people of Orange, they love us here. They treat us like kings. I wouldn't care if we came back here every year. A little better fish.
My dad always took me pond fishing when I was younger, real young, and my uncle. And I remember my uncle taking me out on the boat for the first time, out on the lake. And so I was always around it growing up. And
Yeah, boy.
it's just always what I wanted to do. It was always one of them things that just always made me happy.
And it'd be huge to get one more like that before the sun really got up.
You know, here, you know, I'm from Collinsville, Mississippi, and around here it's always tough fishing. I mean, for the most part, you know, most tournaments you go out there, you're fishing for 8 or 10 bites a day. That's just what we had to grow up dealing with. You know, they're not, for most of the year, not quantity type fisheries. So it definitely helps me in the long run. You know, these guys now live on the Tennessee River or these Texas lakes where they catch a bunch of fish. They get to a lake where they're catching 6 to 8 bites a day. It kind of plays with them mentally. It definitely has helped me in the long run for sure.
What's bad is now I gotta fish this little one out. This place fishes a lot like it does back home, and every day is day to day on these river systems. Usually whoever wins here, you know, has to catch the big one. That's a good one. Get in here. Thank you, Lee. That's the biggest one I've caught all week.
If you wouldn't have stopped and looked at me, you wouldn't have caught it.
I had 8 1/4 before this one. You never know what you're gonna catch on Sabine. I mean, you can catch 10 pounds, you can catch 5 pounds just as easy. And just, you know, came up here, and after starting around the ramp, you know, I did what I thought I could do around the ramp. I could have stayed all day and probably coiled up a little bit, but I knew if I was gonna have a chance to win, I'd have to come over here. You know, it's just one good bite helps. The most used tool in the boat on the Sabine River. Matt caught his fish here yesterday afternoon. He's in a tough position, you know, he's fighting for his career. He's never made a top 10 on the elites, and this is all he had left. He said he really didn't even find it till yesterday. But he said all his other stuff dried up, and I said, look man, if you just let me have it, one stretch. I just want to make one stretch by myself where I'm not feeling rushed. If I'm going to win this thing, I feel like I need a 4 or 5 pounder. Got a good one too, big one. Yeah! Yeah! Woo!
You owe me. That's a 5, dude. Oh my God. Good for you, Brock. Good for you, dude.
I got wind that Matt caught his fish here yesterday afternoon, and he caught a good bag. I mean, he had 13 pounds.
It's hard not to let that play on your head, you know? Especially when, yeah, it is what it is, man. When it's your time, it's your time. And Brock's been doing this for a long time.
If you're leading on day 4, I'll do the same for you. I said, I want you to make top 10. I want you to get every point you can get so you can have a long career. And he didn't, I mean, nobody wants to hear that, you know, that, you know, the leaders on their stuff that they found that day that they're probably excited about, but he did. I mean, he gave me 25 minutes, 30 minutes. That's all I could ask for him. I hope he catches them. He deserves to after that. I did that playing ball. You know, I was blessed to grow up with a group of guys that was very, very talented. And in my eyes, I wasn't near as talented as those guys. I had to work extra hard. I think my high school won 15 or 16 state championships in baseball. But we also took it to the football field. You know, that same group of guys, we played football. We had an undefeated regular season my senior year. I've taken that same mindset in everything I've done. You know, my fishing career, I've always had to work hard and put my time in, and you can't sit back and let things come to you. You kind of have to go out there and go get it. Yeah, one thing that really helped me fishing and growing up here, playing sports, working hard, and fundamentals. When you got close to 10 pounds by 6:30 is on the Sabine River, you know. Get you feeling good and comfortable. There's one. See there, they just slurp it. The only thing that stinks is when you have to fish these suckers out. I haven't caught one that big all week, and I've been just telling myself, hey, any swing of the bat, any swing of the bat. There's one nipping at it. Got it. Come on, stay hooked up. Yeah, that'll help. Tournament looks good. Practice wasn't that great. You know, I kind of formulated a game plan that I wanted to stay close. Try to capitalize on the early bite, you know, give me a quick limit and then run to Taylor's and try to upgrade every day. That's worked every day, except today I didn't upgrade when I went to Taylor's, but I already had a good stringer, so it just worked out, you know. It's just got to hold up for one more day. It's kind of funny, the big ones just kind of, they just kind of give up. Like they don't really, it's kind of like they've been through this before. Oh God, just reel me in. And we're in double digits as weight-wise, so we're off to a really good start. Just need to capitalize on having that big one. Stay hooked up. Yes! One day in the late 90s, my dad took me to the Bassmaster Classic in Birmingham, and I was like, whoa, you know, guys actually making a living doing this. I was like, that's what I want to do when I grow up. There he is. Good one. The future of our sport is probably brighter than ever. I want kids to know that this isn't easy, but I also want them to know it is possible to make a living in this career if you work hard and put your time in. If you do make it, never take it for granted, because I look back and I look at all the guys fishing in the opens trying to make the Elite Series. And I see kids showing up at our weigh-ins looking at us like we're rock stars when we're literally probably just all a bunch of rednecks with the same dream. Don't take it for granted. Do not fail because of lack of effort.
With 34 pounds, 4 ounces, Brock Mosley is 5 fish away from a lifelong dream of becoming a Bassmaster Elite Series champion right here in Orange, Texas.
The tournament looks good. Kind of formulated a game plan that I wanted to stay close. Try to capitalize on the early bite. It's just got to hold up for one more day. You know, feel good, you know, just as far as, you know, catching fish, you know, if it's meant to be, we'll catch some better quality ones and put it close to this deal. But as far as getting bites, you know, I feel confident, been getting a lot of bites. We just gotta catch the right ones today. So I I'm not gonna feel comfortable until I get to 11 or 12 pounds, because you know there are big ones here, and anybody can catch one. So hey, we put ourselves in position. Let's just see if we can close it out.
From Mississippi, Mosley.
I'm gonna try to make the same rotation, maybe, except maybe not go to Taylor's. It's gonna all depend on how I get my day started. If it's my time, it'll all fall into place. You know, when it's your time to win, it just happens. So we'll have to see how it goes. I have a real supporting family, and not just, you know, my wife and kids. No matter what we were doing, we always encourage one another, and they're definitely a backbone to my career and support and keeping me going and keeping me, you know, upbeat no matter how bad of an event I've had. My number one goal is to provide for my family, for my wife and my 2 girls. They're the most important thing on this planet to me, other than, you know, my salvation. But taking care of them, making sure they have food on the table and a roof over their head, to me is my job on this planet. And I'm just grateful that I'm able to do that in something I'm so passionate about and fun and enjoy doing. Stay hooked up, stay hooked up, stay hooked up.
Yeah, boy.
It's not necessarily for personal achievements, because you know, when you've been doing this as long as I have and you hadn't won, you got to say it's not for personal achievements, but you know, just for everybody that's been with me, you know, my family, my friends, my road family, you know, everybody's pulling for me. You know, it's gonna be an awesome time if it happens. Biggin, biggin. Stay hooked up, stay hooked up.
Yes.
And go around set spinner, man. Omaha, Omaha. Well, you know, that's what's good. What's good about having, you know, good, you know, previous success on the place, I guess you would say. Even though I haven't won here, making Sunday the previous 2 times I've been here, you kind of learn from your mistakes. So I guess you could say, so I've learned what not to do. I was trying to see if I can do something else and make it work. First fish I caught on spinnerbait all week, but man, we got low light conditions in the wind. Been here before, been in this same position, so if I'm going to win this thing, I feel like I need a 4 or 5 pounder, and I feel like my chances are better over there of catching one. That one just straight up just sharked it. That was a big one. Got it that time. Big one. You know, we're here on probably the absolute worst tide we could have. Most of the tide swing is at night. By the time, you know, every morning it's coming up, and then once it gets up, it stays up. So the tide really, I really ain't even paying any attention to it. So, you know, it is what it is. You just kind of have to put your head down in areas where there's fish and just fish. Good one. Good one. Good one. Stay hooked up. Stay hooked up. Yes! Got up to the point now where I gotta have above average day. We're about on par for the last 3 days as far as weight by time. We need 2 more solid ones. I didn't blow it. You know, they gotta have an above average day. Okay, stay hooked up. Stay hooked up. It looked way bigger than that. 11 to 12. Actually, every day you go fishing on Sabine, the goal is to fish 5. Come on, give me a big one. Let's end this thing early. Let's end this thing early and have some fun the rest of the day. There you go. Stay hooked up. Oh, stay hooked up.
Yes. Yes.
I really want to close this thing out, man.
Well.